Hi, so it is Tuesday, May 21st, um, and I wanted to come on and do kind of a quickish, hopefully, update on how things have been going over the last 3 weeks. Lex is going to be 3 weeks old tonight, which I can't believe. It's this whole past month really has been just a whirlwind and a blur, and like I can't believe that he's already 3 weeks old. It's just crazy. Um, and I'm sure that part of the not being able to believe it and it being all a blur and everything is from not sleeping and just being totally exhausted like all the time. So anyway, um, these past 3 weeks since he was born have definitely had a lot of ups and downs to them. Um, I the labor and delivery was really difficult, which I will go into in another video. Um, but over the last 3 weeks, we've been dealing with having a lot of difficulty getting Lex to gain weight. He was born at 7 pounds 12 and a half ounces, which was likely not what his actual birth weight would have been had I not been on IV fluids during my labor. Um, so we don't know really what his actual birth weight would have been, um, but our pediatrician is, confident that the birth weight that was recorded was inflated because of the fluids and everything. So, she says a lot that we're going off of a faulty starting number, and so it's hard then to go from there and not have some difficulty, or not have it seem like he's having more difficulty than he should. Um, anyway, so he was born at 7 pounds 12 and a half ounces. At 24 hours old, he went down to 7 pounds 8 ounces, which was fine. Like, that was kind of a normal weight loss. Um, and then the following Monday, when he was 6 days old, he had gone down to 7 pounds 1.5 ounces, which was a not quite 10% weight loss, and like 10%, losing 10% of their birth weight is really when they start to get nervous about it and stuff. So, so he was weighed at. We had a family follow-up visit at the hospital, and that's when he was weighed, and he was 7 pounds 1.5 ounces. So we were initially not supposed to see the pediatrician until the end of that week, but the nurse really urged us to get an appointment for the next day. So we did. We went in and saw our pediatrician on that Tuesday when he was a week old, and he was weighed again, and he had dropped down to 6 pounds 13 ounces, I think, which put him over 10%, losing over 10% of his birth weight, and was concerning. The pediatrician was not super concerned, and so it's nice. Like, I, through these last 3 weeks, have realized that or the last 2 weeks really, that I made the best possible choice for a pediatrician, because of how she's handled this whole situation. So anyway, so she, wasn't super concerned at that point, but obviously we wanted him to be gaining and not losing. So we worked a little bit on his latch and stuff while I was there at the appointment, because he was having a little bit of difficulty. When my milk came in, I was really engorged, and it was really difficult for him to really get a good latch, and it was painful, and so that was kind of stressful too. So we ended up going back for another weight check at the end of that week, and he had gained 4 ounces. He was up to 7 pounds 0.9 ounces, which was great. We were all thrilled about that. And then at his next weight check, which was last Wednesday, so it had been like 5 days or so since the previous one, he had not gained anything. He was still at exactly the same. He was at 7 pounds 0.9 ounces. So that was also concerning. So I was then started on some herbs to try to increase my supply. And basically I spent all day last Thursday just stressed, super stressed, and just nursing him pretty constantly, just as much as possible. And it was really stressful because I really did not want to have to supplement with formula, even if it was just for a short time. I really didn't want to have to do that. Um, and So it was hard for me thinking that I wasn't providing what he needed. So anyway, and so then we had another weight check on Friday, and he in less than 48 hours from the weight check on Wednesday, he gained 7 ounces, um, which we believe is partly because he on Wednesday had been weighed right before he ate, and then on Friday he was weighed right after he ate. So we think that made a difference. So we go back for hopefully a final weight check today, in a few hours, and hopefully he has continued to gain. We're definitely seeing like his cheeks filling out and stuff like that. So it seems like he's on the upswing, which is a huge relief. And so assuming that he has continued to gain, I'll slowly, I'll wean off of the herbs that I'm on. So yeah, so that's been kind of the big thing that we've been dealing with over the last 2 weeks, really, that it's been. And hopefully we'll be able to put that behind us, and he just took a little longer than expected to really pick up with the weight gain. So on, what's today? Today's Tuesday. On Friday, he was 7 pounds, 7.9 ounces. So hopefully today he's, at least gained a few ounces, if not more. Other than that, things have been pretty good. It's been a whirlwind. It really has. Eric went back to work last week, although he is working from home about half the time. So that's been good that he's been around, and he's really been, on top of taking care of stuff around the apartment and doing laundry and cleaning and making sure there's food and all of that kind of stuff. So that's been great. And basically my focus has just been taking care of Lex, which is definitely a full-time job, mainly because I'm like stuck, with him nursing a lot of the time. And when I'm not nursing him, he doesn't really like being put down right now. Although he's getting better about that, and it's hard for him to. He's not so happy with other people holding him a lot of the time. So even Eric, he's getting better, but even with Eric, it's not really his preference. He would rather just be with me. He's starting to sleep a little bit better at night, sleeping 3-hour stretches or so, which is great. It gives me a little bit more sleep. We are co-sleeping, which is working out fantastically for us. I can't imagine not doing that. I mean, everyone is free to absolutely do what works best for you, but for us, I can't imagine having him out of the bed, both for the convenience of nursing and just because I don't want to be away from him at all, really. He's starting to be awake for longer stretches during the day. Today he really hasn't napped much at all, and he really ought to be napping a little bit more. Yesterday he slept a lot, and then today not so much. So yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of an update on how things are going and what's going on with me and with him. As far as my health stuff goes, I am amazing. Like, I feel like I'm just running on adrenaline and stuff, because I don't know how I'm still functioning. And I mean, I'm not fully functioning necessarily, but I'm going on so little sleep, but I'm still managing to, be okay. I'm exhausted and hormonal a lot, but, I'm managing. I am supposed to be starting up to do IV fluids again, but it's just been crazy because it's hard to find the time to actually manage to do them. So much of the day is just taken up by taking care of him. So we'll figure that out. And I had the testing done on the placenta and the cord blood. They ended up only testing for Lyme. They did not. They were supposed to test for a co-infection called babesiosis, but apparently there wasn't a sample put in the right color tube because there weren't clear instructions. Anyway, so they did not test for babesiosis. But the Lyme testing came back negative, which is great. Really relieved about that. So one of the things that meant was that I was able to go ahead and get my placenta encapsulated, which was finished and dropped off yesterday. And so I took my first capsules of that today, and hopefully, that will help with some of the hormonal mood swings and energy and stuff like that, and also help with my milk supply. So that's pretty much the update. I would show him, but he's nursing and kind of falling asleep right now. So so I'm not gonna show him. He's actually smiling in his sleep right now, which I think is just the cutest thing. So yeah, so that's it for now. Can't believe that it's been 3 weeks already, and I will, once I am able to get my wits together about me and everything, I will come back to do a labor and delivery story, which is going to be difficult, I think, for me to do, and it's going to be kind of a long story, but I think it's something that I really want to share. So yeah, so that's it. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you again soon.